illegally parked or abandoned, or just all we have a lot of parking issues in this command. So we ended up towing 29 cars in conjunction with the 43rd Precinct. It worked out well, so I anticipate doing more of those as we move forward. We also have plans for Halloween. We have a full complement of officers that are going to be assigned just to Halloween details, 19 officers. On a related note, I think most of you should remember the collision that we had last year on Halloween that resulted in 3 fatalities. An arrest was made in that incident just last week. So
really, wow.
Yeah. So there's an investigation, and they impaneled a grand jury. And they finally made the arrest in that incident.
Is he drunk?
What's that?
He was drunk?
I don't have the details of that. He wasn't charged with DWI. No.
Oh.
So, lastly, just in regards to the Deborah Danner incident that happened in the 43rd Precinct, I can't comment on the investigation or the specifics of it because it is an active investigation, but the CO and I did review our internal practices and policies concerning emotionally disturbed people. We actually did an analysis and saw that just this past year, we've responded to 2,279 jobs for emotionally disturbed people. In those incidents, 9 of our officers had been injured. The rest of them had good outcomes. So just moving forward, don't be surprised if you see the officers using protective shields as a defensive tool when they go to these incidents. That just to let you know that we are considering it and looking at these things. I guess I'll pass over the 311 information to you. This is Lieutenant Hickman. He's our Special Operations Lieutenant.
Hi, good evening. How are you? I'll try my best. I'm very soft-spoken. So, in terms of 311, which is our non-emergency calls for service, in 2016 versus 2015, we're really down. So that means one of two things: either our non-emergency complaints have dwindled, or we're just not kind of reporting them. So I'm going to encourage you with non-emergency incidents, for example, noise, vehicle-related, animal-related, homelessness, panhandling, anything non-emergency that you would need a 911 response for. I'm going to encourage you to dial 311. In the spirit of that whole concept, one of the things that Inspector Walton is putting together is in anticipation of our neighborhood community officer program, is we've put together a business district, which encompasses really of the 7 sectors that we have, the major thoroughfares that is that you, Kathy? No, it's not me. So, our major thoroughfares, including White Plains Road, Morris Park Avenue, Leidig and Kruger, you're going to see pretty much the same police officers, over and over again, and they're going to be your, go-to people, guys and gals, who really care about those communities. So I brought a few of them here. Officer Reyes, him and his partner are going to represent the Morris Park community, and
just stand up so you can see them.
So Officer Reyes is going to represent the Morris Park community. He comes to us from the 1st Platoon. He really cares a lot about that community. Him and his partner, Officer Canova. Officer Canova grew up on Morris Park Avenue, so it's sort of a homecoming for him in that, he still has family and friends, and he's invested in that community. So those are going to be your two, if you're Morris Park people, those are going to be your two go-to guys for Morris Park. They're both bilingual, they're both, heavy enforcement oriented, and coupled with their caring for the community. Officer Clifford and his partner, Daisy Rivera, female officer Daisy Rivera, they're going to be responsible for. Go ahead, Tom.
Pelham and White. So pretty much everything south of Pelham Parkway South all the way down to like Bronxwood, I guess. So that major thoroughfare area. I'm not bilingual. I'm working on it. Yeah.
All right. So any specific complaints? This is the spirit in that, the citywide, the NCO, which stands for Neighborhood Community Officer Program, has been pretty much deployed throughout the precincts of New York City. However, we are one of 3 in the Bronx that has not been completely transformed into that precinct and into that style of precinct, and that's no fault of our own. It's not a bad thing because we're forward thinking in that we're doing it, ourselves. So Inspector Walton, Captain Hall are forward thinking in that we're putting this type of program together in anticipation for it coming, and it's going to be a seamless transition once we have it. Officer Rios, we'll talk to you about this neighborhood, which will be the Allerton Avenue corridor in our sector Henry. So Allerton and White Plains, the Coops, Arnell Wallace, you name it, that area, which is typically a busier sector for us by way of radio calls and as well as our incidents of criminal activity. So Officer Rios is a 22-year vet, despite his youthful appearance. And, he comes to us not only being bilingual, but he comes to us with a plethora of training and experience across 3 different boroughs, and he's here at the 4-9 to help out our community. So I'll let him talk to you a little bit about his experience in the Allerton Avenue, business district.
I've been in this command for about 5 years now, and I know his strong areas and his weak areas. Sector Henry being one of the weakest areas that needs personal attention. Can you step up? Excuse me, sir.
Use your police voice.
Yeah. Okay, you want me to? Okay, gotcha. Okay, I've been in the command about 5 years now. I know those strong spots and the weak spots in the Sector Henry, which the Coops is being one of them. A lot of drug dealers do a lot of dealing in that area through White Plains into Allerton. I will give you my personal number that you all will call me sometime or another by giving me information which will help me do a better job. By you helping me, I'm able to help you. So whatever problems you have in your area, let me know. Give me a call. You want to set up a meeting, personal, one-on-one, on the phone or in person, I will do it. And the information that you give me will be stayed with me and the lieutenant here, and we will work a strategy to fix that situation, whatever it is, how small it is. It could be small, minor, but to us, it's big. Because our family here, consider you as family. And if your family is safe, we're safe. And you work with us, we'll work with you. And that's how we're going to do that. And by exchanging numbers, we do that today, we do that tomorrow among yourselves. Take my number down. I won't give it to you, Fortress, right now. I will give it to you one-on-one after the meeting, okay? Yes.
Concerning the Coops area.
Yes. No, it doesn't have to be just the Coops. It could be anywhere in the precinct. Basically, I basically do my job anywhere in the precinct. Don't feel like I'm just obligated to stay where the Coops are at or Allerton, White Plains. If my fellow officers here need my help to work with them, or I need their help to work with me to work in other areas, we will do it as a team. Just because we're assigned to a certain area, but if we need to go to an area and, how we say, work at it and make it better, we will team up. We will exchange information from the information you give us and the information that we put together, and we'll be able to attack that area with providing our leader here, our lieutenant, and the XO. Any questions?
How far does Sector H go down?
Well, Sector Henry covers Bronx Park East, correct? Bronx Park East to Mace to AD, I believe, to Williams Bridge. Okay? Now, if I have to go step out of our boundaries to fix the situation, because sometimes headaches come from other areas and they land on Sector Henry, and maybe I have to go to another sector to take care of that problem to make it better, I will have to. Again, I will work together with my partners in the other sectors, because it's only good when you have more than one head working. If you have just one, then it's not going to work. When you have a whole team, And you only see a portion of us right here today. So the lieutenant and the other fellow officers here today, he's just a small team that you see right now. You got the whole precinct. Any other questions? Yes?
What are the coops?
Huh?
What are coops?
What are the coops? Well, some people don't know. It's important because he doesn't know. It's like a bunch of buildings on Barker and Britain. Barker, Britain, and Allerton. It's like I'm not going to say projects, but small projects, privately owned.
They're cooperative apartments.
They're co-op apartments, correct. That's correct. Thank you very much, ma'am. Okay.
We'll have plenty of time for questions afterwards, by way of the council president. But just like Officer Rio said, this is a small sample of the number of officers that are assigned to the business district. There's a total of 11, and they're going to be dispersed throughout the community. And you're going to see your own officer pretty much on a daily basis, and he or she will be your liaison to the police department. In addition to what our bike unit is doing, what our community affairs people are doing, what our crime prevention officer are doing, they are all here, as a community to serve you. Again, we have plenty of time for questions afterwards. I'll turn it over to Joe, President Joe.
Thank you, Lieutenant Hickman. Very good, brother. Thank you very much. Who has White Plains Road? Run. Okay.
Not real.
You and I will have a good working relationship.
Oh, no problem.
Okay, I just want to mention the other two officers that are in the back. That's Sergeant Kingston, and that's Officer Rios, and they're both from Bronx Outreach. So we know we've got all the police accounted for. We have a presentation, but before that, notice that our assembly person, Mark Joe, and I are pretty heavy on crime.
Joe, keep it going.
Sure? Okay. I'll write you a letter later. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go into our presentation. And we have Sergeant Lambros Gavalis and Detective Anthony Ilio, and they're from the larceny squad. And you've heard a little bit of what they're going to talk about before, but they are the experts. So listen closely, and you should be able to get something out of it. Please.
Thank you, Joe. Good evening. My name is Detective Anthony Ilio. I'm with the Financial Assistance Support Team of the Grand Larceny Division in One Police Plaza. Can everybody hear me? Is that loud enough? I'm Italian, so we always talk our hands very loud, so that's how we talk now. So, a little bit about me. I'm 11 years on the job. I was a Bronx cop my whole life. Started in the 52nd Precinct in 2006. Then I went to the 47th Precinct regarding my career. I went to the 405 Squad to get my detective shield. Then after that, I went to One Police Plaza and worked with Chief Robert Boyce, the Chief of Detectives. And I had an opportunity to work in the Grand Larceny Division to educate everybody here on scams and different ways to stop you from falling for these things. So I'm pleased to be here. I'm also grew up in the 4-9 by St. Lucie, so this area has a personal feeling for myself. So today we have a presentation on crime trends in your community. Pretty much what happens is that when you guys report a grand larceny, it goes into a computer system. The computer system spits out different types of numbers that tell us where crime spikes. We take it one step further in the Grand Larceny Division, and we funnel all these crimes that are happening into a nice spreadsheet, and it shows us where the crimes are spiking in different precincts. So we made a special presentation for you here today to show you exactly what's happening in the 4-9 precinct.
You probably need line of sight.
Tell us what it says.
Oh, let me, I think you go.